How to go from situationship to relationship. Honestly, it's a matter of changing the narrative, changing who you are showing up as, right? But there's a real difficulty with this, which we're going to come on to, which I see people struggling with over and over again. So we're going to talk about why this is difficult and how you can overcome it. And hopefully by the end of this video, you'll feel better about where you are now, and you won't be so hard on yourself if you've been trying to manifest a change in a relationship and it hasn't been happening. It makes sense, and where you are now is exactly where you're meant to be. Before I jump into this video, I just want to let you know that there are 2 places left on my Conscious Creators Masters Academy. If you are feeling this New Year's energy and you want some guidance and support to go into this new year with a powerful start, to really learn about nervous system regulation, to get insight and conversations with so many different professionals in the wellness and mental health industry, this academy is such a powerful space. You have so much support from me and from the group and from the other guest speakers on your manifestation journey. And actually, it's a very healing program as well, so that you can release what's old, what no longer works from you, and create from a more grounded, more understanding, self-accepting place. So if you'd like some more information about that and you'd like to grab one of those 2 spaces, I'd love to speak to you. Send me an email or a direct message and we can book that call in. Right, so moving on, situationship to relationship. How do we do this? How do we change this dynamic? It's such a frustrating one. And honestly, I really think that it's actually quite simple. Whenever I hear stories and situations that people are in, so often I hear people saying that they're very anxious in this situation. They're anxious because their person isn't manifesting into the person that they want them to be, and they're doing all this manifestation work and they're trying to live in the end and stuff, but then at the same time you're going against how you actually feel and what you're actually okay with. So the truth is that you're not okay with the situationship, but yet you're continuing in it. This is just quite often what I see. So, take what resonates. But quite often I do see people being in a situationship where really deep down, they're really not okay with it. And you might even be saying, I'm not okay with this, I'd like this to change, but yet you keep showing up in the situationship, and so that doesn't change. This person already loves your company, already loves talking to you, keeps coming back to you, right? So there's something there. So you have to trust that you are worth what you want. You have to trust and know that your needs and your desires and your comforts is just as, and in fact far more important then you're making this person's comfort. So if you think about it, what you're doing is you're making this person's comfort more important than your own, just so that they won't go away, so that you can keep talking to them, right? And the fear is that if you set a boundary, that they'll go away and they won't come back. And that's scary. On one hand, you've got anxiety from being in the situation because you're going against how you really feel. And that creates a conflict within the self, right? That makes sense, okay? And then on the other hand, it also makes you incredibly anxious to set a boundary because you're also very scared of losing this person. So it's a bit of a difficult situation to be in. So at the end of the day, you have to choose yourself. You will always have to choose yourself. That's what it will always come back to. And life will keep giving you the lessons until you choose yourself and actually fundamentally do choose yourself. So it makes sense that you feel like this, because this fear that you have has been there for a long time. It's probably old from childhood. It may also be a confidence thing, a lack of self-esteem, right? So this is where it comes from. It comes from feeling not good enough. So where does that lead us to? That leads us back to working on our self-concept and working on really knowing and understanding deeply that we are actually worthy of putting our comfort as a priority, of prioritizing that, so that we embody how we want to be treated. You have to lead the way. You have to lead the way so that people know how to treat you. Because if you show up in the way that you always have, you'll get what you've always got. So very often I hear people saying that they're trying to set a boundary, but then they keep going back, and they're trying to set a boundary and they keep going back. And that will keep happening until your body and your mind goes, oh my God, enough is enough. Well, you might be too scared for a while to do anything about it. And that's fine. That is fine. Let this unfold exactly as it's meant to. But understand that this is probably why it's difficult to get out of the situationship, because there's anxiety on both sides of it. There's anxiety from abandoning yourself, and there's anxiety from the fear of him abandoning you or her abandoning you or whatever it is. So that is why it's scary. That's why it's like a purgatory, isn't it? It makes sense. But what this is challenging you to do is to overcome this deep fear within you. It's such a good opportunity for you to overcome it, right? You can do it. You can do it. I know it's scary, but it's such a profound thing that you'll do for your self-esteem, your self-worth, and it will really set you up for knowing your worth in this connection, right? It can't be any other way. It has to be this way. This situation that you're in is actually planted perfectly from the universe to help you grow and to know how worthy you are. And you can trust that. You can trust that this is working for you, not against you. It's happening for you. Okay? I hope that you don't take this video and what I've said and feel more anxious that you have to set a boundary before you're ready. You will know when you're ready, and you don't need to do it any sooner than that, okay? It will make sense to you. It will feel right, okay? No one can force you to be ready to do that before you're ready. And trust me when I say that you will know. You know, it'll happen naturally, and that's the perfect timing for it to happen for this connection. You don't need to worry about what might happen in the meantime, okay? You don't need to worry about that. Whatever's meant to be will be, and it will make sense. But I wanted to do this video to help you understand that your confidence is the thing that will transform this connection. Your sense of self-worth, your knowing of your worthiness and how important your comfort and your boundaries and your needs and your desires are. You've got to put them first. You've got to put them first. When you embody someone who knows how worthy you are of a connection and of being a priority and of being first best, that is how people will treat you. And that is when the dynamic will change. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and it's given you some insight and some understanding about why you feel the way you feel. Remember to go at your own pace. If you'd like some more support, I've got my Conscious Creators Masters Academy, which is a really beautiful space for you to grow in confidence and for you to understand and really know your self-worth. And that's often what I see people get out of it the most. And that's when relationships change. It's a really beautiful journey that you're on, and I'd love to help and support you through that. So if you have any questions about that, send me an email or a direct message, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.